Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court Civil Docket for July 24th, 2024. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all directives regarding remote proceedings. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Nanez, would you call our first case, please?
Calling cause number 2024 DCV 1336, Miguel Antonio Marquez on behalf of IM minor child versus Diana Gomez Avedondo. Announcements, please.
Bobby Ramos on behalf of Miguel Antonio Marquez.
Morning, Your Honor. This is Sebastian Uribe on behalf of Sean White.
Good afternoon, or good morning, Your Honor. Sorry, this is Josh Herrera on behalf of the minor child.
Hey, gentlemen, we're scheduled for a status conference today. I really don't have anything. I mean, this is a fairly new case. I don't have a scheduling order, trial date. Where are we on this one? Mr. Ramos, I'll start with you.
Your Honor, this case stems from a motor vehicle accident. We've already settled this case out. What we are currently pending right now is just a friendly suit for the minor child.
How soon can we have that scheduled?
I don't know for the attorney ad litem or for Mr. White, but as soon as possible for me.
Okay, gentlemen?
For the ad litem, Your Honor, at the court's convenience.
Okay, I mean, are you all kind of telling me it's ready to go on the friendly suit? Yes?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, then I'll look for a date very soon. Let's see, we're the 24th. I'm probably going to say it's about 30 days out, just in light of the court scheduling. But if we can get you in sooner, it'll be on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. I'll have Mr. Hernandez look at our civil dates to see when we have a good date available for you. Okay?
Yes, Judge, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you don't have anything else, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Who's next?
Same page, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Calling cause number 2022 DCV 3584, Ebony Marshall et al. Versus Brian Valdivizio et al. Announcements, please.
Paul Sabinoff on behalf of the plaintiffs.
Christina McLaughlin appearing for Renee Flores on behalf of the defendants.
Raymond Torres on behalf of the defendant Olivia Lawson.
Good morning, counsel. Again, status conference. We have no trial track, and I see a few status conferences. So is that, did you all go to mediation, or are we, what's going on, I guess, the question.
The case has settled, Your Honor.
Yay.
We're just finalizing the lien for the minor child. As soon as that's done,
Is
we can
that
have
what
the minor
we've been
proposal.
waiting on, Mr. Sabanov, since the last couple of status conferences? Or when did it settle?
Correct. That's been the issue, is getting that reduction. For a while, we were under the impression that the lien was being handled by Optum. And so we had been sending them correspondence. And then we recently confirmed back in May that they were no longer handling that account, that it got reverted back to a different provider. And we've been communicating with that provider since. They've just been giving us pushback on the reduction.
Okay, that started since the last status conference, or how long have you been doing that?
The last response that we got from them was back in June.
Okay, so I'll reset for another 60-day status. We'll go from there. Hopefully we don't have to go from there. Counsel, thank you for appearing today.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Who's next?
You, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Calling page 2, Judge.
Okay.
Calling cause number 2021 DCV 2041, Lisette Vasquez versus Sandra V. Zamora et al. Announcements, please.
Daniel Hernandez on behalf of the defendant, Les Clemmy and Clemmy Enterprises.
And I apologize, Your Honor, I was on mute. Jeffrey Borshaw on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, I understand. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Old Thompson defendant, Fabin's Oil.
Fabin's Oil. Okay. So I saw that, Mr. Hernandez, your portion of the lawsuit, that's been settled, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. We settled last week, wasn't it, Jeffrey?
Yes,
And-
on
but-
Friday at a mediation, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And the claims with Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Thompson's clients respectively are both resolved.
Okay,
There were several other defendants. All claims have been resolved in this case, pending one against the defendant Sandra Zamora.
Mhm.
So we intend to pursue a default on that and get the entire case wrapped up, but everything else is settled.
okay, and I did, I think since we had the notice of settlement, had asked Ms. Hernandez and I believe she'd been in contact with you all about what was left. So that's what I understood. I understand also that you all are just looking for an entry of judgment. Is 60 days out good enough, or do you want a little more time than that? 60?
That should be plenty of time, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Borsha, I'll tell you this then. Yeah, well, no, we don't have anything else scheduled. We will set that entry of judgment 60 days out. If you file your default motion, you can anticipate that we'll have the default set at that time as well.
That's
Okay.
what I anticipated. I think that's most appropriate. Thank you.
Okay.
And
that's
Judge,
fine.
let me jump in. Joshua Murphy.
Yes, sir.
Here on behalf of Mr. Vega, I'm showing that Mr. Vega has an appearance for Sandra Zamora.
Oh.
Let me look in and see when that answer was filed. I just pulled up that docket and realized that, Judge.
Okay.
Well,
let me
and
look.
I might be able to shed some light on that. Sandra Zamora is a very common name, and I believe Mr. Vega entered an appearance for a Sandra Zamora that was served, but was the incorrect person. I don't want to speak for Mr. Murphy, but I believe that's the case.
And that might be the case, Judge. I just saw that on the docket, it had Mr. Vega's name, so I wanted to jump in.
I see the answer. Is it from 2021? My Odyssey is still scrolling. Was there ever anything withdrawing? What is this? Oh no, this is an answer by Sandra Zamora individually. Is that right? On July 21st, 2021?
Yes, Your Honor, that sounds right. Mr. Vega was in this case for a short time, but like I just stated to the court, that was a different Sandra Zamora. I will double check to make sure that's accurate, and if so, that those claims against that Sandra Zamora are dismissed.
Okay, I got you. I think that once I read the substance of that answer, I think that person is saying they are not the individual in this case. So
Correct.
I'll leave it to you all. We'll go 60 days out. Like I said, entry of judgment and anticipated default, but we won't set the default, Mr. Borshow, until you file a motion.
And we'll file it as soon as we can, Your Honor.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Is there anything else? Mr. Thompson? Mr. Murphy?
Thank you.
All righty. Thank
Thank
you all.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye-bye.
Who's next?
Page 3, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Calling cause number 2022 DCV 0042, Maria del Carmen Gonzalez versus Irma Alicia Amay. Announcements, please.
Paul Savinoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Sebastian Uribe on behalf of the defendant.
Oh, you guys were here for another one. Okay, final judges conference. Where are we on this one?
Judge, on this one, defendant has tendered their policy limits. So the case is close to being resolved. I just have to meet with my client to go over the breakdown of the specifics, but we should be able to wrap it up soon.
Okay, we have a final civil 30 days out, so we'll see you then, unless we hear
Your
from you.
Honor,
Thank you so much.
may I be excused?
You may. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, next one.
Same page, Judge. Calling cause number 2023 DCV 3770, Miguel Herrera versus Maria Rodriguez. Announcements, please.
Humberto Enriquez, Your Honor. Good morning. On behalf of plaintiff Miguel Herrera.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Joshua Murphy on behalf of defendant Rodriguez, Your Honor.
Okay, we are set for a status conference. If you all are ready for a trial date, happy to consider this our scheduling. How are we doing on this one?
We're doing good, Your Honor. We've got an answer on file. We've traded paper discovery. I'm working on getting medical records by way of affidavits. If the court has something, Joshua, 6 to 8 months out, would that be enough time for you?
I would think 8 months out on the low end, Judge. We just filed the answer on July 8th. So we're still working through paper discovery, but I'm not opposed if the court wants to set a trial setting 8 months out or more. I'm okay with that, Judge.
I think realistically, where I am in terms of this, 2025 calendar, I think we're already at August 1st, 2025.
Okay, yeah.
So it kind of coincides with what would be the standard window. I appreciate you all, saying you can come in a little sooner, but frankly, the court's docket is already pretty full for the first half of 2025. So I don't want to put you somewhere that if we end up going to trial is not realistic. We'll get the scheduling order, return it. You don't have to show up for the entry. Anything outside of those dates, you all know to request them and we'll get you set. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May we be excused?
May have a good day. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Do you have anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, same to you. All right, guys. Who's next?
Judge, I only have one attorney here for page 1. I'm sorry, my mistake. Mr. Stevenson, page 1. Yes, ma'am. Page 1 is do you want me to go ahead and call it? It's Aaliyah Berg.
Mr. Stevenson, hold on one second. Oh, I remember this case. Well, I think I do. No, I better not say that.
I don't think we've appeared on this one before, Judge. This is a sequestration that we we sent in a car. Well, I should say this. I think I was out of town and I had one of my associates appear for it. This is a sequestration where we took a car in that was running and needed some work, and we got it back on a crate with the engine in the trunk. And so I had come to you. What I was going to ask you today is to get a summary judgment hearing, because I believed that I'd filed. I know I prepared it, a summary judgment, and apparently whenever I was looking at the docket, it has not been filed. I'll have to address that with my staff. I saw this morning that Mr. Ciroli, who's on the other side, has filed a motion for mediation. I'm fine with that. I just want to get my motion for summary judgment on file and ask for a continuance of the current trial setting. So maybe we can work it out, and I can put a little pressure on him with the summary judgment.
Where's Mr. Ortiz? Did he get notice of today's hearing?
I think he must have, Judge, because he filed that motion this morning.
Mr. Medina, can you double check on the order setting hearing? Let's see. No, yeah, it came after the responses. Let me see. That was since the end of last year.
Hi, Judge. Yes, I'm seeing Mr. Ortiz opened it on October 30th of last year.
Have we called over to Mr. Ortiz's office? This is what I would like to do, Mr. Stevenson, kind of in light of what you're telling me here, but I want Mr. Ortiz to be here, is that if we can utilize today for a couple of things. To establish a timetable that might be outside the normal scheduling. Well, you already have, no, but that's not going to work. You already have a mediation deadline would have been August 20th. If you haven't scheduled it, I doubt you're going to get that scheduled, considering.
Unfortunately, I mean, mediators are 3 or 4 months out.
That's not going to work. So I would like to know and have an agreement. Who are you all? Are you in an agreement on a mediator already?
We are not. I have not spoken with Mr. Ortiz about this case.
Okay, so we need Mr. Ortiz. Let's give a call to him really quickly, and then we'll come right back. So we can, if we don't have anybody else ready,
Yes,
we
ma'am,
can
we do.
take. We do. We'll come back to Mr. Stevenson.
No problem. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Who's next?
Page 3, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Calling cause number 2024 DCV 1176. Juan Pablo Mata versus Carlos Gonzalez et al. Announcements, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Diana Escudero, representing plaintiff.
And I believe that's your client, Mr. Mata, is also appearing. This is a reset of the default hearing that originally was scheduled on July 10th. No, I don't see any amended motions filed, Ms. Escudero, and I think the only question the court had was providing notice of today's hearing. Were you all able to send some verifiable notice of today's hearing?
Yes, we
Oh,
did, Your Honor. And I actually have the stuff on my computer, and I was gonna ask the court to let me share my screen, but something's going on with the Zoom on my computer. It's not working. So I'm on the Zoom on my phone, so I can't show it, but I can send it to the court. I have the copy of the green receipt that was sent through USPS, and I also have the confirmation of USPS that it was delivered.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, wait a minute. Is there a motion filed?
You mean
Let me see, hold on.
after our petition?
Hold on a second. So it says default hearing, and there's your original petition. Let me look at that. Correct. So did you file a motion for default judgment?
No, Your Honor, it's just the notice of hearing saying that the case is set for a default hearing on July 24th at 10:15.
Okay, I guess I failed to notice this. We need a motion, right? A motion for default judgment?
As I understood it, Your Honor, I didn't think that we needed an actual motion if we, show that we served the original petition, if he was served with the notice of the hearing for a default, and they never filed an answer.
Yeah, no, I need a motion, Mrs. Escudero. My apologies. I did not see when it was set for default. I overlooked the fact that there wasn't a motion filed. I need a motion. Motion for default judgment.
Even if he hasn't filed an answer and there wasn't even a requirement to send him. I know that, it is practice to send him the notice of the hearing for the default, the date and time, but when they don't answer, we don't even have to do that, right?
I will require that you file a motion for default judgment if you're asking for entry of default. So again, this can be accomplished very quickly.
Okay.
File your motion now that, well, we do 30 days out. We're July 24th. We can do August 21st, 10:30 a.m. If you file it this week, we will have that as your hearing date. So you can send the notice along with your motion to however you sent it to defendant and proceed from there. Okay?
Okay. So is there anything else? So it's
No.
just going to be the motion that I need. I need to send him the notice of hearing, and then we're good to go for the default hearing for next
Yes,
month.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you very
So
much.
at what time, Your Honor?
What did I say? 10:30? 10:30.
10:30, Judge.
Okay.
So August 31st.
August
21st.
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 Mm-hmm.
At 10:30. Okay.
All righty. Thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank
appearing,
you.
Mr. Mata. You all take care.
You too. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, let's go back to 2023 DCV 1705. Elliot Berg versus Alex Zamora et al. May I have announcements, please?
Casey Stevenson for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mario Ortiz-Aroli on behalf of the defendant.
Good morning, and we're set for final judges conference. What are we doing on this case? I think I've heard a little bit from Mr. Stevenson while we were tracking you down, Mr. Ortiz. You're asking for a mediation? Is that what's going on?
Yes, Judge, we did file a motion for mediation on this. I think that hopefully can resolve the matter.
Okay.
And I'm fine with that, Judge. I'm happy to go to mediation.
So that's going to be outside of what we have currently scheduled, because the mediation deadline, as we are on this current order, is August 20th, and that's not realistic. Frankly, so that means we're going past our final civil pretrial and our docket call jury trial, or you all are good with that, I assume.
I am, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what I would like to do today then, understanding that, is enter a new scheduling order, okay? I want to put it on an abbreviated timetable, maybe something like April 2025. I think that will give you ample time. If we go backwards, right, then we're talking about our final civil pretrial early March. That gives you to the end of February to get your mediation scheduled. I think that's plenty of time. And I hope I'm not jinxing you with scheduling mediators.
I think that's fine. The only thing that I would ask, Judge, is it not be, I'm trying to find the date.
The
That
5,000 spring
Yeah,
break.
No, I like to run a marathon in Big Sur in April, and I would like the trial not to be the week before I do that. And so, it's typically the last weekend in April. If we could do it, maybe I don't know what your schedule is.
I'm happy to do April 4th.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Mr. Ortiz?
That should be good, Judge. Let me just make sure.
Thank you for accommodating my running schedule.
No worries. Honestly, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not gonna say nothing. So we're gonna, if it works for Mr. Ortiz, we'll do April 4th.
It does, Judge.
Okay, so we're gonna get a new scheduling order. We're gonna cancel out this August and September current settings. April 4, docket call is April 2nd. That means your final civil pretrial is March 5th, which means your mediation deadline is March 4th. On that scheduling order, please indicate who your agreed mediator is. And then anything outside of those dates, you all please just request your hearing with Ms. Hernandez via email, okay?
Perfect,
Thank you,
Judge.
Judge.
I'll get with Mr. Ortiz on the mediator. Excuse me again. And we'll get I think we're going to get it wrapped up, frankly.
Sure, sounds good. Mr. Ortiz, anything else?
No, Judge.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great day, Judge.
Take care. All right. Miss Bomback, who is she here on here?
On page 3, Judge, both video recovery.
Okay, go ahead.
Ms. Hale's not been here though. Do you want me to call it? We've only got one here.
Breach of contract. Have you, Miss Bomback, have you been in touch with, who have you been in touch with on plaintiff's end?
So they did send us their business record affidavit, but other than that, we have not spoken to them. But I did look at the documents and we're hopeful that we could get it settled.
Let me see. So I have a status conference. Mr. Medina, can you tell me if plaintiff's counsel opened the order setting hearing dated May 24th?
Yes, of course. Let me look into it.
Thank you. What time is it set? 10:15?
I'm not sure if this attorney is on this case, Judge.
Ms. Meyer, good morning. What case are you
Good
here
morning.
on?
I have 3330 2023 DCV 3330 credit acceptance.
Okay, we'll be right with you. Thank you.
Okay, Judge, so I got information on the 3641 case.
Mm-hmm.
You were looking for Michael W. Weston, correct?
I believe we're looking for Megan.
Oh, Megan Hale. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with Weston.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So for Megan Hale, yes, it was opened on May 24th.
And Miss Bombeck, you've had no contact with them?
No contact as of today.
Mr. Nanez, Ms. Hernandez, we haven't received anything from plaintiff's counsel?
No, ma'am.
I'm
Yeah.
checking.
Check my email.
No, ma'am, I don't have anything, Judge.
All right, I'm gonna set this, I don't even want to set it for dismissal. I just want to have it dismissed for non-appearance. We'll give him 1 week. We'll give him 1 week, Ms. Bombach.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. We'll
so
set
do we
it-
need to appear again in 1 week? And then,
I would. I
Okay.
would. So DWAP in 1 week, please.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You may have a good day and thank you for appearing.
You too, thank you.
All right, who's next?
So
Mrs.
page
Meyer.
3,
Mm-hmm.
Page 3, calling cause number DCV, I'm sorry, 2023 DCV 3330, Credit Acceptance Corporation versus Gerardo Reese Jr. Announcements, please.
Sandra Meyer for credit acceptance.
Good morning. Anyone here on behalf of Gerardo Reese? Anyone in the waiting room, Mr. Nanez?
I'll check, Judge.
Oh, no, I just meant this waiting room. Let
Oh,
me
no,
see.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Have we had any contacts from Gerardo Reese?
No, I don't show we've been able to reach him at all. I do show we filed a motion for default judgment. I show that we do have good service and no contact from him.
And I believe we had this reset. Had we had it reset before so that we could confirm that notice of the hearing was sent to Mr. Ruiz, Ms. Meyer?
I'm not sure because we have notice back in October. Oh, I see. It's signed notice of the hearing. So we've got notice that he received a citation. Now we have a hearing notice itself.
What's the date on that?
That is on June 14th.
So that would have been since the last hearing, right?
Yes.
Do we have that notice was sent to Mr. Ruiz for this hearing?
Let me see. Right here. I believe this is it here, and this is July 3rd.
Okay.
Yes, we have it here.
If you will forward that via email to our court coordinator here, Ms. Hernandez, the email is my.hernandez. It's her name on the Zoom is the beginning of her email, and then it's at EP County, my.hernandez@EP County.
Okay.
And you may proceed, Ms. Meyer.
Yes, thank you. I'll try to get back over to that.
Sure.
There we go. Digging in the file. Okay. Oh, this is the order of the hearing. There we go. Come on, open.
I'm looking at the default motion was filed. The default motion was filed back in November.
Yes.
I can see that. Go ahead.
Okay. And sorry, I'm having some mouse problems here. Not computer problems, mouse problems. I am so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No worries, Ms. Meyer. If it can happen, it will happen right when we call your case and we're on Zoom.
Right.
On YouTube.
Okay. So this account was opened in November of 2021. The last payment we received was August 27th of 2022. I show it charged off August of last year, August of 23. At the time it charged off, the balance was $16,090.12. Let's see if I've got. Okay, and then this was also Credit Acceptance Corp. It was not a sold account, their first party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to look at the suit. I do show good service, and then I show good service of this hearing. Attached to the original petition is a copy of the motor vehicle installment contract. This was on a vehicle. And the original, let me see. Also, I have the notes on, where's our little note? Here it is. the deficiency explanation. I don't know if you have that in front of you, but the car was the balance that was still owed on January of 2023 was $39,976.18. The car went to auction. The proceeds were $13,300. They deducted that amount. That left a balance of $26,676.18. Then there was the cost of disposal, or not disposal, I'm sorry, the cost of repossession and disposition, etc. So they added $1,080. And then at the end, they also credited off the gap insurance, the several other insurances and things. So they credited another $11,666.69, which brought us down to $16,090.12. And I can forward this to you as well if you don't have this document.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Those are, to me, that's what I use to figure out what happened. Anyway, so my client is asking for the amount that was left after all of the credits and any payments that had been made, which is the $16,090.12 and post-judgment interest and court costs. No attorney fees.
Anything else?
No, ma'am. That's everything I have.
The court did review the motion for default judgment and will take judicial notice of all documents in the court's file to include the attached exhibits to the motion for default judgment that is granted. Ms. Meyer, if you haven't already submitted, and I was kind of looking here for a proposed order, if you have not, it's probably just easier if you will send that over now. It's easier to find rather than looking back through all our emails, and I will sign off on it and file it with the papers of the court. Do you have anything else for us today?
No, ma'am. That's the only thing I have.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. I don't see anyone else.
No,
So
ma'am.
could you get off of YouTube, please?